Alright, so today I just want to talk about a recent shopping adventure that I had and also some difficulties that I have shopping in Japan from time to time. I really do enjoy drawing, and so this is basically what I rely on every time I draw. It's kind of hard to see, but it's a really old set of, I'm not sure how you pronounce it, Faber Castell pencils that I've had since high school. Usually a white eraser, one of these little more precision style erasers, a kneaded eraser, which I've also had since high school. I don't use a mechanical pencil, I'm not sure why that's there. This I used to clean just a little bit, but I'm not exactly sure what this is used for. I think it's for engineers. I usually use a pen just simply to sign my work, and I usually have at least one dark pencil. But this is the darkest one I have, which is my 5B, and as you can see, it's really small. It's too small. So I started using the 3B, but the 3B is also very small. It's really quite uncomfortable to draw with. And these long ones here at the end are basically the H's. I've never used them in all these years. I think they're useless. And you can just get as many light tones as you need by just using a light touch. And then of course I have a sharpener. But the main sharpener that I use, I'll show you. It's actually this guy. You see I use him quite a bit. Yeah. Anyway, I got him a few years ago when I was in Kyowa. And basically, when I went to buy this, I went to a store I've never been to before because I just wanted to just go there and see what they had. And they had the electric sharpener. It was very expensive. It was like $25 or something, or like 2,500 yen or something like that. I'm always very nervous whenever I get to a register. Because first of all, I have anxiety and I don't like dealing with people face to face in many situations. It's always, my heart always pounds every single time I have to talk to another human being. And so I'd never been there before. There are two entrances, like kind of across from each other through the length of the store. And then there were like rows and then some stuff that was just kind of hanging up. And then there was the register. I decided that I was going to pick up the pencil sharpener, even though it was so expensive. And I take it to the register and I go to pay for it. And they told me how much it was. And for whatever reason, I undercounted the change that I gave them. And I think from there, they just kind of suspected me. And when I was going to leave, although both of the doors had been open the entire time, there had been two people at the register. One of them left the register early to close the front door and then basically escort me out the front door. It was very weird. It was very awkward. So unfortunately, every single time I use my pencil sharpener, I have a memory of that, and it reminds me why I don't like going places and why I don't like doing things. Now, I was a cashier for years, but there were problems from time to time because I suck at numbers. I'm not a suspicious person. I'm not a bad person. I'm not going there to cause any trouble. Many times I give more money than I'm supposed to because I'm worried that there's going to be a problem. And sometimes I try to give exact change just to make sure that there won't be a problem. It's always super awkward for me. Anyway, I went to an art store. I went to a bookstore and an art store recently. And I wanted to get a sketchbook, but not with rings. And for whatever reason, at this particular store, it was just ring, big, small, just all rings. And I couldn't figure out where the flat ones were. So eventually, I found some, but it's in plastic. How am I supposed to know if this is the texture paper that I want? There doesn't really even appear to be any information on it to tell me anything about the paper, except that it's drawing paper, it's A4 size, and it's 70 sheets. That's literally all the information that I have. So obviously, before I buy it, I want to feel it. So I opened it just to feel it, and the clerk lady came over so fast, and she was like, in English, she was like, "Call me," or something like that. And I'm like, "What is wrong with you?" She was like, "Don't open it." And I was like, sorry. So I just like really obnoxiously slid it back inside the plastic and closed it and showed her that it was closed or whatever. But before that, she took it and she like flipped through the pages. I guess she wanted to just be sure that I didn't like test it with like color or like pencil or something that I'm not holding in my hand at all. I literally just felt the paper so I could see what the bite or the tooth of the paper is like. I mean, hello? So obviously she's just trying to do her job. I'm not trying to give her a hard time. I was able to buy what I needed, but at the register, there were two different sketchbooks that I found that didn't have rings. So I asked the lady, this one has the price on it, but the other one didn't. Oh, you can't see it. The other one didn't. So I asked the lady how much it was at the register. She rang everything up and then told me how much everything was. I said, no, just the sketchbook. So then she took everything else off of it and then told me the price of the 2 sketchbooks together. And I'm just like, why can't I communicate? And then she goes, and then this one is this price. And she shows me the price, which I already know because I already saw it. And then for the other one, she like opens it to the last, to like the inside of the cardboard. And she's like, this is the price of this one. How was I supposed to know the price wasn't there? The price wasn't on the shelf and it wasn't on the outside of the sketchbook. If I'm not supposed to open the sketchbook, how am I supposed to know to look on the back of the thing that there is a price there? Anyway, the price of the other one was ridiculous compared to this one. So I just went with this one. The paper was pretty much the same texture. But I'm also excited because I got new pencils. Oh, I got other stuff too. I got a new ebony pencil, which I didn't necessarily need, but I just really want to have a nice long pencil. I got some blending stumps. I'm not sure what this is. I just told myself to try to figure it out at home. And then I got a new set of pencils. They're very expensive. They were probably really expensive when I bought them initially too, but I'm so excited to have a long 5B. I'm so excited to have a long 2B, a long 3B. I don't know how to express my excitement about these pencils. So I got my new set of pencils and I'm going to be doing a lot of drawing this summer because of them. Or spring and summer, I think. Anyway, that's my weird story about trying to buy stuff in Japan and having trouble buying things, trouble with money, trouble communicating, trouble everything. It's not easy having anxiety, and it's also not easy being in a foreign country. Sometimes it is cultural, but sometimes it's just a language barrier. And your nerves are really high, and all those things put together makes it really, really awkward for me. So I wonder how people in Japan with anxiety feel when they go shopping and when they do things. Even if it is the same language, it does feel kind of scary sometimes, right? Anyway, thank you so much for watching and listening. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope to see you again in another one. Bye-bye.